All right. So, Lakia, I want to start this lesson by giving all glory, honor, and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rekah, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles and teachers and wise men of great millstone that I learned this truth from through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Salutations out there to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. I want to start this lesson in the book of Isaiah 45 and 7. And excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. This is Isaiah 45 verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. And this is talking about the God of Israel, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh. You see, he creates evil. He does all these things. He forms the light and create darkness. He make peace and create evil. You see, I, the Lord, do all these things. And when it says Lord in all caps, that's talking about the Most High, Yahweh, the omnipotent one, the All-Father. Whose name is Yahweh, you see. So let's give you some of that evil that the Lord creates. Well, let's show you an example of some evil that the Lord creates by putting, fear on people in different situations. And this is just an example. So let's play the video. Salakia.
Also developing tonight, a school bus driver is behind bars after a crash in Sumter County.
Last week, a train clipped the back of that bus that was full of students. And Fox 35's Manny Martinez is live in Sumter County tonight. So, Manny, deputies say she drove across the tracks as the crossing arms were coming down.
And, John, deputies say this all happened in less than a minute. Imagine a bus full of kids screaming, "There's a train coming." That's because deputies say the bus driver, someone charged with keeping students safe, knowingly drove them into danger. You can hear the panic as the kids scream, in shock after a train clipped the back of their school bus. South Sumter Middle School classmates Catherine Ferris and Isabel Sinibaldi were on that bus.
I closed my eyes as hard as I could before that, and I'm really thankful that nothing really bad happened. But it could have been way worse.
I was in shock. I was scared because all I could feel was the bus move to the side.
Happened Thursday afternoon in Bushnell. These pictures show the damage to the back of the bus. Sumter County deputies say Yvonne Hampton was the driver. They arrested her Monday on charges of child neglect, culpable negligence, and reckless driving. Right now we're at the railroad crossing at East Central Avenue and North Market Street. The gates are coming down. You hear that a train is coming. Deputies say that although the gates were coming down, the bus driver kept on driving through the crossing. At one point, after starting to cross, saying, "Not gonna stop for no train." And watch how fast the trains move through this area. And
You see, and that's the Lord. The Lord called this situation to happen. You see, to put the fear in those kids. You see, he caused that evil to happen. Let's get another scripture. Let's get a precept to that. This is the book of, the book of Amos 3 and 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? You see? So the Lord causes that evil to be done in the city. You see? All right. Let's continue the video. As a matter of fact, let's read this in the in another translation. Let's get this in the NLT. This is Salakia, bear with me. This is the NLT. It says, when the ram horn blows a warning, shouldn't the people be alarmed? Does disaster come in a city unless the Lord has planned it? You see? So the Lord planned for that to happen. To put fear on those kids, obviously. You see? And that's what the Lord does. He calls situations like that to happen because no one was unalived. But the Lord let this happen to put fear in those kids, you see? Because I mean, it's not too far-fetched to say that one of those kids, or maybe a few of them, they were getting too, unruly to their parents or something, to where their pride was being lifted up. And the Lord let this situation happen in order to, humble them. You see? So the Lord caused this evil to be done. If I had to guess, it was due to, it was because of a humbling. He had it done because he was, he was trying to humble one or some of those kids on that bus. You see?
Think of the 29 children who were on that bus.
I was crying because I was scared, and I was glad that I wasn't dead, but I was mostly crying because I couldn't move.
That's the worst thing you could ever imagine as a parent, getting a phone call. Your child is in a dangerous situation there's nothing you can do to erase it.
The school district says Hampton had 10 years experience and a clean record. Superintendent Logan Brown says she resigned to avoid being fired.
I also hurt for the kids because this is something they'll remember forever. It's unfortunate that it happened, but we've taken very calculated measures to ensure something like this doesn't happen again.
This crossing is the only one of 5 in Bushnell not controlled by a traffic light. That's why the school district immediately changed nearly 24 bus routes. Buses now cross the tracks elsewhere. Tracks these girls have to cross every day, both to and from school.
I'm scared to go over the tracks. I see and hear the trains, and I'm like, oh my God.
And they say they're timid to get back on the bus. They were driven to school today, and there's no way to get to their middle school without crossing those tracks. The bus driver, Hampton, she is in jail on no bond, coming up at 11. The girls I spoke with described the bus driver as having an unusual reaction after the crash, a reaction they say still has them feeling angry. In Bushnell, Manny Martinez, Fox 35 News.
Yeah, she had an unnatural reaction, like it. Let's hear that again. Up to lock it, bear with me. Bear with me. So lock it, bear with me. I think an ad is about to show. But yeah, that bus driver had an unnatural reaction to the situation because the Lord used her that evil spirit, you see, because there's a scripture in the Bible that said, who maketh his angel spirits and his ministers a flame of fire. So the Lord used her as a spirit in order to bring about that evil that those kids experienced, you see. All right, let's get this last scripture. I don't know what happened, but let's get this last scripture. So the Lord humbled those kids. They said that there were 29 kids on the bus. The Lord humbled those kids. Let's end the lesson with this scripture right here. So I don't know what's going on with this laptop. Okay, let's end with this scripture. This is the book of Psalms 78 and 49. It says, he casted upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, indignation, and trouble. You see? So the Lord sent the fierceness, fierceness of trouble upon them. See, that's why those kids were scared. You see, that situation had them very afraid. It says, by sending evil angels among them. You see? The fierceness of his trouble, of the trouble he sent to those kids by using what? Evil angels or evil spirits that he sends towards people. You see, that's why towards the end of the video, it said she had an unnatural reaction to the situation. You see, so the Lord uses evil angels when he creates evil. You see, evil in a city. You see, evil wherever. You see, he sends evil angels or evil spirits to do his will and to bring about judgment on individuals. Salakia. All right, I'll end the lesson here. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rikah Chodash. Shalom.